Hey beauties, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and thank you for stepping back into Leigh's world. So today I'm going to do a little bit of spin on things. We're still going to be talking natural hair. I'm just not going to be showing you guys a tutorial or anything. So if you can tell from the title, I am going to be sharing with you guys 15 mistakes that I made when I was transitioning, and I'm still, some of them, still making today. The inspo from this video came from, I've seen a lot of the natural hair community talking about things that, you know, people didn't tell them before they went natural. That's great because we need that information in the natural hair community. We need that discussion going. But I feel like people need to dig deeper and get a little bit more transparent about, like, you know, like, yeah, these are things that people didn't tell me, but like, these are mistakes that I'm currently still making. These are mistakes that like I made that let me share with you as a beginner. So, you know how to overcome these mistakes if you make them. So that's what we're gonna do today. So the very first thing that I want to point out that I made the mistake of was the whole trusting the process. You know how people say like, oh, like natural hair is a journey and like you have to trust the process. Yeah, my mistake was assuming that the process was like a year, 2 years at max. Like I'm thinking the process is like, oh, I'm gonna have popping hair if I follow these tips in like 3 months. You know, like I was not expecting trust the process to be 5 years. I'm at my 5-year mark, almost 6. I'll be 6 in October of this year. Bro, I was not expecting, like, I just got to the point of wash and go hair, like, ending of 2020. So that was into my 5-year mark. So yeah, trust the process is a thing. Okay, that was a major mistake that I made, thinking that it was like a quick jump hop step. I think I was just oblivious because I've had long hair my whole life, and you know, like, yeah, even though my hair was like super heat damaged and everything, I'm like, oh, I'll be able to like use these products, follow these YouTube tips, and cut off damage, you know, it starts to grow out. It'll be fine in like 2 years. No. Took 5 to get to this. And we're still growing, and that's fine. So I just want to be transparent with you naturals out there at the beginning. Like, trust the process is not a quick, trust the process, okay? That's all I'm gonna say, trust it. Mistake I made number 2 is periodically giving up. So, like, every so often while I was transitioning, I would be like, I can't do it anymore. Like, my hair sometimes wouldn't cooperate. You see, my hair is very thick. I have high density. Like, some days I was just like, I'm about to blow dry it and I'm about to straighten it. Some days I did. That was a mistake that I made because on the days when I would give up and then just like straighten my hair, like blow dry and just straighten my hair or something, or add some type of heat to it. I never did like a perm or anything when I was doing my own hair. When I was younger, my mom was doing my hair. I got perms here and there. But when, you know, I decided to go natural, I was doing my own hair. And I would straighten my hair or add some type of heat, and that slows down your progress. So the progress that you've already been like making and the work you've been putting in goes downhill as you're giving up. You keep going. Trust the process again. Keep going, okay? Keep it going. Mistake number 3 that I want to point out, and let's point out that I still make this mistake. Okay, I still make this mistake to this day.
To this day.
I think I even made this mistake like 2 wash days ago. Not letting your hair dry completely after you set a style, bro. When I tell you the devil is a lie, don't you ever take down a perm rod set, a flexi rod set, some Bantu knots, a twist out, a braid out. Don't you ever, and you feel like it's a little braid that thing back up. We ain't ready yet. Even if they feel dry on the outside, you know, the inside is more than likely still wet. I get frustrated even now, like to the point where I'm like, okay, like this set overnight. I set it under the dryer for 2 hours last night before I went to sleep with these rods in, and it's still not dry. I'm just gonna take it out. Don't do that. Just give it some time, okay? Don't get frustrated. I understand. Listen, when we talk about thick, high density hair, I understand frustration, okay? But you just gotta trust it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be transparent. It's gonna be times you're gonna be like, all right, I'm not waiting no more. and you're gonna have a frizzy mess, but you'll learn from it. So yeah, big mistake that I make that I need to stop making. Mistake number 4 that I made is understanding, or I guess not understanding, that frizz happens. Like, you know, your hair could be like this most super defined and stuff, but you'll still have frizz, you know, and that's perfectly fine. Frizz is going to happen. Back when, you know, I was transitioning, everything pissed me off about natural hair, like everything. So the fact that I had a little frizz, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give up today. Like, so you guys just have to understand that frizz is gonna happen. That is a major mistake I see a lot of naturals make. They're just like, oh, my hair is frizzy. You know, like this style didn't work. It did. It looks fine. It's just a little frizzy. Like, listen, that's just how our hair works. It's gonna be a little frizzy, you know, but as long as you have definition, as long as you like it, you like the style, as long as it's not wet, you waited the allotted time, it's fine. A little frizz never hurt nobody. The 5th mistake that I made while going natural was frequently putting buns in my hair. So when I was transitioning, a slicked bun like to the back, or even like a slicked, you know, top knot bun was my go-to, because like some of my hair was transitioning, so it was like poofy and frizzy and trying to get a curl pattern. The other was stringy and straight, and you know, like I just didn't have time. I was in college when I first started going natural, so I didn't really like always want to go outside looking any old kind of way, because I was still learning styles and learning, you know, how to do things. So like a bun was it for me. Even if a style like came out popping, like a twist out or a braid out or something, if I would go out to the bar or just go out with my friends to a party or something, we were in college, so we did, my hair would poof up and I would be walking around at the end of the night looking dumb, looking for somebody with a ponytail holder, like, you know. So buns were it for me. The reason why I say like this was a mistake was because I was basically like slicking back and pulling back my curl pattern, and that's also why the front of my hair, I believe, is still like a looser curl pattern than the rest of my hair. But I was like pulling at my hair so much and brushing it back, and you know, like so much to where my curl pattern couldn't thrive. Like I was doing a lot of manipulation. Also, I was sleeping in my bun, so I would just like tie it down in the front and then, you know, go to sleep. It is really, really bad to go to sleep with ponytail holders, especially tight, you know, as many times as I used to tight them things because of this thick hair. I had to get all of that in there tight, okay? But it's really bad to sleep like that because you can break your hair off, you know, going night after night with the tight ponytail holder in your hair. So I was really slowing down my process, okay? So do not make that mistake that I make. Buns are okay. I'm not saying do not wear buns. I'm just saying don't be every wash day, okay, bun, but like, no, just breathe. Find a style that works for you. You know, you can swap them out. You know, you could do a bun every 2 weeks or once a month. You know, like you can't do it every day. And this kind of brings me to my next point, which is low manipulation styling. So I heard this a lot when I was transitioning. I would hear like, you know, a lot of the, you know, natural hair community that I was used to watching would be like, okay, make sure you're doing like styles that are low manipulation, you know, like keep your hands out your hair, like that's gonna help it the most. And I was like, girl, do you know how my hair looks? Like I gotta do this every day. I gotta make sure it's right every day. I gotta do these baby hairs every day. No, you do not. If you get whether you have like a protective style, because I know a lot of naturals nowadays are like, you know, transitioning with protective styles. Whether you have a protective style, whether you're wearing wigs, whether you're, you know, like doing a regular wash and go, whether you're doing a twist style, just make sure it's a low manipulation style like that, to where like this wash and go, like I just said, is day 4. I don't touch my hair, literally. I wash my hair, I do the whole thing on this day. 7 to 10 days later, give or take, I will perform wash day again. So literally, I do not touch my hair. Only time I do is when I'm wrapping it up in that bonnet at night, okay? Like, I do not touch my hair, and that gives it room to flourish. That gives it room to do its thing, okay? Now, I may add, you know, if my hair gets dry during the week, I may add like a little moisturizer on it, or, you know, a little oil to my scalp, not to my hair, but to my scalp or something like that. But that's usually not in the first couple of days of wash day. That's closer to we get to the next wash day because my hair is getting older. Do the same thing for twist outs, braids, so on and so forth. So it's like, just pick styles that are low manipulation, because that's going to help your hair flourish even more. My seventh mistake that I made is not knowing my hair porosity level. First of all, when I went natural, nobody even told me anything about hair porosity, okay? I was like, oh, I'm type 4, whatever, X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay, now I gotta buy products that match that. I have to watch people on YouTube that match that. Like, I didn't know anything about hair porosity. When I got really out of my transitioning phase, I started to hear little mumbles, you know, about hair porosity. And it sparked my interest, and I like kind of did some research, but not really. And then now into the last maybe 2 years or so, I did research. Like, I was like back in college, I was doing research. I was doing research paper, okay? And I learned everything about hair porosity. And I was blown away. I said, this is why my hair not growing. I even did a video on it because I had to share it with y'all. I titled that video, if y'all remember, the #1 reason your hair isn't growing. Yeah, because not enough people are talking about hair porosity. And that was a mistake that I made. I didn't know. I'm blaming other people because they didn't make me aware either as a beginner natural. But I'm making sure that y'all don't make the same mistake and y'all learn your hair porosity. So hair porosity is basically the way to tell you how your hair retains moisture. You need moisture to keep your hair growing. Like, you need moisture to get your hair growing and to keep it flourishing and to keep it healthy. And the way that your hair retains that moisture is hair porosity. You need to know how your hair retains any type of moisture, whether you're adding water, whether you're adding a product or anything like that. Because at that point, if you don't know how your hair retains and you're just throwing it on your hair and it doesn't work, you just wasted your money on that product. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, learning your hair porosity is vital. So you guys should watch my video, shameless plug, on you know, like learning your hair porosity, learning which level you are, and you know, all that jazz. I have a video on that. Go watch it. It's informative, it's helpful. Talking about hair porosity, the #8 mistake that I made being a natural is using conditioners or deep conditioners, either way, with silicones in them. When it comes to me as a low porosity natural, it takes a lot for my hair to retain moisture because my cuticles are closed. So, you know, like, I have to make sure I'm penetrating those products and they're not just sitting on top of my hair. With that being said, as a low hair porosity naturals are more prone to product buildup than the other 2 levels. So silicones usually cause buildup. That's from learning from my own experience. The mistake that I made was cleansing my hair and then adding my moisture products, which would be my deep conditionings and my leave-ins that have silicones in them. I'm adding other, you know, products on top to finish my wash day, and I'm causing buildup. Like, yeah, there's a workaround to that if you know how to properly re-moisturize your hair after cleansing. I would just say, if you're low porosity, just stay away from silicone conditioners. They will really start to cause you buildup. Wash day is gonna have to happen more quickly. I would say if you, like me, I'm usually doing 7 to 10 days. I'm looking at maybe 5. And my scalp's gonna be itchy. I'm gonna need to get this scalp together. So that's just a mistake I made, and that's just a personal opinion. But you do what you do, boo, okay? If that silicone working for you, do you, okay? All right, my mistake #9. This one hit hard, okay? When I wrote this one down, I said, ooh, okay? Because #9 is slicking my hair back as a thick, high-density hair natural, okay? I didn't know. I didn't know it was gonna be this hard. Do you know how many products, how many gels I use, how many hard bristle brushes I would use in one sitting to get this hair slicked? And don't get me started on ponytail holders popping, okay? That was a big mistake. And I mean, that kind of goes back to what I was already talking about like not doing buns as frequently. But that was a big mistake, okay? That one hit home when I thought about sharing this one, because I try everything to slick this hair back, okay? I'm not even gonna tell y'all what type of gels and what ingredients I was using. Yeah, I was not, my hair. And I wondered for so long, like, why my hair not prospering? I've been in this natural thing for so long. Okay, moving on. Mistake number 10 that I made, that I still kind of make sometimes, but is buying before doing research. No matter if it is a hair tool or a hair product, I would always recommend that you guys do your research before you do it. You know, like, I feel like we get so excited with all these new brands, new celebrity brands that are coming out, and we just like run to Ulta, run to Target. You want to make sure that it has the right things that you need for your hair. You know, if you really want to use this product, you need to know how to use it correctly. So that goes back to hair porosity level. So you need to know, you know, whatever type of hair product it is, how to use it correctly for your hair. Because if you don't, again, like I said earlier, you're literally just wasting your money. I just heard that Issa Rae has a hair care line. I ran to Target, okay? I ran to Target when I found that out to see. It was expensive, so I didn't buy it. I don't care how much money I have. I'm not spending $30 on one hair product. I cannot bring myself to do that. A little ounce bottle. I love Issa Rae, but yeah, so that is a big mistake that I still make today. And I try to remember. I try to, like, when I see a product, wait, let me go see the reviews. If it's a newer product, you know, sometimes I may go buy it so I can do a review for you guys. So you can know, you know, have the 1-2 on, you know, the product before you want to go buy it. But most of the time, I'm doing research nowadays. Mistake number 11 that I make as a natural, thinking that a wash day is a quick 1-2, okay? No. For wash day, it's a day, okay? Wash day will forever be a day. Go ahead, carve out that schedule for today. You ain't, and I'm saying you ain't doing no wash day in an hour. Somebody with a pixie cut, okay. But this, no. We have to cleanse, we have to detangle, we have to deep condition, we have to add leave-ins. We have to sit under the dryer for this and let that deep conditioner penetrate for this low porosity hair. Girl, I don't know why I ever think that wash day is gonna be like an hour. You've never seen an hour move as fast as I have during wash days. Take the time to give your hair the time and attention that it needs. And that's for me too. I gotta remember that. Mistake number 12 that I still make, and I made being a natural, is comparisons. Stop comparing yourself to other naturals. Stop comparing your hair, your journey, like product. Stop, okay? Like how they pop it on Instagram with their like reels, transitions, and TikTok. Stop. You can learn how to do all these things when it's your time. You know, your hair will flourish when it's your time. Just keep trusting the process. Keep doing what you do, okay? Because I still do this to the day when I be like, dang, like, mine didn't work. Why did hers work? Or, like, she's just better than me. You know, like, we all have those insecure moments, okay? And that's a big mistake I still make to this day. I know I already said that, but it's just in my head. Like, you still do this. I do. So stop comparing. You're good. You're on your right track. You're on your right track. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Mistake number 13. Ooh, we're running right through these. Mistake number 13. Using oil as a moisturizer. So, as I already told you guys, my hair is low porosity. So, oils usually, most oils, not all of them, but most oils are like sealants. So they'll seal your hair, you know, seal in any moisture, you know, that you already applied to your hair. Basically, they'll just seal your cuticles. I made the mistake of using oil as a moisturizer, you know, as my wash days would get older. So, you know, whatever type of style I did, you know, my hair gets dry, you know, as it's going through the different days of the week, as we're approaching the new wash day. I would be like, oh, well, like, let me just, you know, refresh it from being dry. And I would grab an oil. Yeah, no. I was literally like clogging my cuticles, causing buildup. And it was a mess. It would be to the point where like I would be putting so much oil on my hair, it would be like kind of weighed down. It would be, I have oily skin, so it would be like, oh my gosh, it'd be a mess, okay? Do not make that mistake, especially if you're low hair porosity. Do not do this, okay? Oil is not a moisturizer. It's not. It can condition your scalp. Now, like I said in the beginning, like, you know, I might add a little oil to my scalp as I'm going through the days. But, you know, it's a nourishment for your scalp. All right, mistake number 14. Not loving my hair at its different states. If my hair wouldn't cooperate, the style, I took it down wet, you know, like, if it just didn't go, I was just like, I'm not leaving the house. Like, I'm not dealing with my hair today. Or I would bun it and put on a baseball cap, or I would just be so fed up and I would just be like, I hate my hair. It's so funny because now my boyfriend would say to me, he's like, wow, I'm really proud of you. Like, you really own your look nowadays. Like, you love your hair. He was like, I couldn't get you to leave the house like that, you know, before. This is the hair that grows out of my head. No matter what state it's in, it's mine. So like, I need to love it and need to treat it correctly because it's mine. It's growing out of my head. That was a big mistake that I made, because if you're not loving your hair, why are you doing this process? Cut it off, color it, whatever, bleach it, make it fall out. Like, if you don't love your hair, then like, why are you taking care of it? Clearly you love your hair. You need to remind yourself that every day, even on the frustrated days. Mistake number 15, our very last mistake, thinking that protective styles are always the better choice. That is not true. And that is a mistake that I made. I used to faithfully wear a unit, like wigs, units. Not saying that there's anything wrong. There's nothing wrong. Listen, I love me a box braid, okay? I love me a twist, like a Senegalese twist, faux lock, unit and wig. I love it, okay? But I want everybody not to think that, you know, having those protective styles is the only way your hair is gonna flourish. Like, I'm not touching my hair for 4 or 5 weeks, you know, just letting it do its thing underneath this wig or whatever. Like, it's gonna flourish. Like, that's not really the mindset, because your hair needs to breathe and it needs to have the proper maintenance. So like, you need to deep condition your hair every so often. You know, that's why I wash my hair every 7 to 10 days, because our hair needs to get that nourishment from those deep conditionings. It needs to get a protein treatment every like 4 to 5 weeks or so. You know, like, your hair needs certain maintenance. And if you're just relying on these protective styles, like, you're not gonna see results as quickly as you may want. Now, with protective styles, I know people get a lot of growth because it's a low maintenance style. So you're not manipulating your hair as much. So like, your hair, you know, it has time to like grow, but that doesn't mean it's healthy. You can have long hair and it be damaged. I'm an advocate of that, okay? I had long hair my whole life, but it was definitely damaged, okay? I just want people to not make that mistake that I made. My hair wasn't growing and it wasn't flourishing. So I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm just looking cute, okay? With these braids and these wigs. I'm just looking cute. But my hair underneath is not doing anything. So once I learned that that was a mistake and I started to give my hair the time and attention that it needed, wash and goes was popping, okay? Wash and goes could happen. Let's go back and start there. Wash and goes could happen, okay? Because like I said in the beginning, it took me 5 years to get to wash and go status. Don't rely on protective styles for everything. I'll disclaimer that, for everything, okay? If you're going on a trip or two, sis, get you a protective style. You don't know what that humidity may be in that other country. So, you know, you gotta get yourself together so you're not looking dumb in your pictures. Okay. So that's going to be the end of this video, guys. I hope that it was helpful. You know, me just being open and honest about the mistakes that I made. Let me know if you guys relate to any of these mistakes. I'm still making some of them too. So we in this thing together, okay? As always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials. They are always in my description box. And I will see you guys next time.